Hey guys, welcome to the Drama Club. This is episode Weiner. Today we have a hot topic. It was the Schmoskers last weekend, and we saw Mindy, Kaling, and BJ Novak going down the red carpet, as well as Jennifer Hartner in her bomb-ass blue dress. And then Frances McDormand got her fucking Oscar stolen by some dusty-ass motherfucker. And then, May tells us the beautiful story of Anthony Weiner's rise and fall in Congress.
Oh, yeah. And then we hit you with the Dicks double feature when Steph tells us the beautiful story of Pee Wee Herman, a.k.a. Paul Reubens, and what went down in a Florida movie theater, X-rated movie theater. And then on the way out, we're going to hit you with a quickie about Sharon Stone and her husband's toe getting bitten off by a Komodo dragon. This is the Drama Club.
Stay tuned.
What up, fam? It's good, y'all. Feels good, right? Yeah, I know it do. And without further ado, we broadcasting live from CA.
I can't believe it. It's beyond my expectations already.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure. Me too.
So this podcast is going really well. So far so good. And I think we're going to start off with some housekeeping today.
Okay.
I just wanted to address some of our listeners were confused about the episode numbering.
Oh, yeah.
Because the episode we put out as episode 1 was actually the second episode that we recorded, and we called it episode 2 on the recording. It was a fucking mess.
So there's a secret episode.
There's the lost episode, the pilot, episode 0.
And let me tell you who's in it. Kobe Bryant, Debbie Reynolds, Elizabeth Taylor,
Eddie Fisher. It's a good episode. The only reason we didn't put it out was because honestly the audio's a little rough, but we might put it out in the future. Like stay tuned, I think.
If enough of you give us good reviews on iTunes, we'll put out. I'm just saying.
That's what got me into various messes in my 20s, so let's not make jokes about that.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of good reviews on iTunes, I want to tell everyone, if you can please like, rate us, and subscribe. If you subscribe to us, you get the episode as soon as we put it up. If you don't subscribe, there might be a little bit of a delay, so it won't be our fault.
May will put out if you subscribe.
I'll put out even if you don't subscribe. No, but definitely, please, if you can, subscribe, definitely rate and review if you can. Show us the love that you've been showing us.
We also
by
have
listening.
a Twitter and an Instagram.
Yep, at Drama Club Pod.
Not to be confused with at Vanessa Bryant.
Or at Ewan McGregor's daughter.
And that's where that Vanessa Bryant joke comes from the episode that we didn't release. Nobody gets it but us.
One day they will, and I think that they'll like it as much as we do.
It's going to be a beautiful day.
And also, Steph, I listened to that song "Cool for the Summer."
Oh, it's good, right?
I wouldn't go as far as to call it good.
It's catchy,
but there's something there. It sounds like Taylor Swift singing a Jessie J song.
Oh, okay,
something like that. But all right. I'm not mad at it.
It's the big night. The planning and preparation will help make a good party.
Okay, so we got a great hot topic for you guys because it was the fucking Oscars on Sunday.
Only my favorite day of the year.
It's up there with like Mother's Day and Father's Day.
Oh, it's beyond Mother's Day and Father's Day for me. That's for sure.
And hot news hit the red carpet because Mindy Kaling and BJ Novak showed up together as dates. And they keep trying to tell us that they're not together, but we know that they are.
Okay, but they're playing us because they got like one of the highest book deals in history to talk about their relationship.
Oh.
I think they got something along the lines of $7 million to write a book about whether or not they're fucking. So they're keeping us guessing, and I get it.
The book should be entitled Whether or Not BJ Novak Has Been Keeping Mindy Kaling in the Friend Zone for the Past 10 Years.
BJ's for BJ? By Mindy Kaling.
No, not BJ's. They have a baby, man.
Do they?
Yes.
We don't know. We're calling this the January Jones conundrum.
Oh, I know who January Jones' baby daddy is.
Oh, who?
That guy.
Jason Sudeikis?
Yeah, that fool.
I thought you were going to say Bobby Flay.
No, Jason Sudeikis.
Yeah, he looks exactly like him.
He hosted the VMAs like shortly after she announced that she was pregnant, and he made a joke like, I might be a father soon, guys. We don't know.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Damn.
Like he even knows that it's like probably his baby. She just never confirmed who it was.
All right, anyways, yeah, we all know who January Jones' baby daddy is. She's not fooling nobody. Mindy Kaling, though?
Mindy, okay, has she released any photos of her baby? I want to see the skin tone.
Hey! No, she hasn't. She was just posting pictures of, like, gifts that people gave her and shit. Stuff we don't care about.
Oh, I care about the gifts.
You do?
Yeah. I saw like an Adidas tracksuit that looked more expensive than like any Adidas tracksuit I own.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she bought that for the baby with the $7 million that she's getting from her baby daddy and their book deal, or if somebody gave that to her. I'm not 100% on that yet.
Yeah, we'll keep looking into it though.
Sometimes I feel bad for Mindy Kaling.
Dude, I feel bad for her all the time because the thing with their relationship is that it seems like she wants it to work so bad, and he just shows up whenever it's convenient for him.
Yeah, like when she probably got asked to go to the fucking Oscars because she's in A Wrinkle in Time or whatever the fuck. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's bullshit. I feel like that's how I feel like with most of those like girl guy friendships. It's like we're just friends. I feel like most times the girl would be down to give it a try. You don't?
No,
yeah,
because
you wouldn't be down if one of your friends.
Yeah, exactly. Because I'm not like that. But I realize not everybody's like me though. So I'm sure.
But I mean, like a BFF, not like a casual guy friend you see every once in a while. But I'm talking about like a guy that you spend all your time with. You guys like work together and stuff, and like you know.
Yeah, and you used to date. That's the other thing. Like they have baggage.
Like Jerry and fucking Elaine.
Yeah, like Jerry and Elaine. I shipped
Elaine
them.
was always down.
Oh yeah, she for sure was always down. He just had to sort of like allude to it or suggest it, and she was like, yes.
She was into it. She was always into him. He was it. He was always the one.
Does BJ Novak know Oprah and Reese Witherspoon?
I bet he does, that son of a bitch.
Fuck BJ Novak.
Too clever. Makes me sick. I'm just as good as he is. No, I'm better. He'll get no playing up from me.
Another thing I wanted to talk about on the red carpet was Jennifer Gardner's blue dress. Because I thought she looked so good and like was really putting it all out there because she's fucking single and she's ready to mingle.
Was she your best dressed at the Oscars?
I thought she looked great. I don't know if she's best dressed, but I thought she looked really, really great.
I thought she looked like her body looked pretty fucking good. She looked like she looked buff. She looked like she'd been working out.
And she was, she looked awesome.
I actually don't like her.
Really? Why?
And I don't know, her Electra looking face. I just like, I don't, I'm not into, I also don't like Ben Affleck. So I'm like, they're perfect together. Just like go away and be together.
Ben Affleck.
You know? But I will say that she did look great, and I love that she became a meme.
Oh, yeah, because she made some face. And then did you see her response to it? It was really cute.
Her response to it was real cute until she started trying to use it to start selling Capital One or whatever the fuck she sells. Yeah. She said something like, when you realize that you get extra miles for using your credit card or some shit.
Don't throw that slogan in there. He said, like, maybe I should date a fish or some shit, right?
Yeah,
she should have just left it at that.
Yeah, but I can't hate on her. Like, get your money, girl.
Yeah, whatever. That's what we're trying to do.
You think she's trying to get...
Capital One wanted me to say a slogan, I would fucking say it right now. Subscribe to our page and save on Capital One. 0.08 financing or some shit.
0.08. Oh my god, that's the best financing I've ever heard. See, that's our commercial right there.
With these numbers, you can't lose.
with these numbers, you can afford to divorce Ben Affleck. You know that he lives at the guest house on their property.
Ew.
Is that weird? You know, he brings his bitches. I don't want to say bitches. I don't want to call women bitches on this podcast.
Okay, his bitches. I'll say it. He brings his bitches over there. What a dick.
He brings his nannies. It's just like a parade of nannies 24/7 in Jennifer Garner's backyard.
Ben Affleck looks like the kind of guy who would try to fuck a nanny.
Oh, there are too many guys in Hollywood that are nanny fuckers. They're all nanny fuckers. Yeah, Gavin Rosdale. They're all nanny fuckers. I'm telling you. Yeah, that's what they do. So I'm not mad at our girl Jennifer for prospering. I feel her. She looked great.
I like her.
She's a good sport.
I like 13 going on 30. That movie's so cute.
Oh, I've never seen her in a movie that I liked.
That's fucked up.
She was okay. I like Catch Me and You Can If You Can. She was in that, but I don't like her
okay.
in it.
This is one party that just has to turn out right.
Well, the purpose of a party is to have fun together.
You know what I wanted to talk about? The dude that stole Frances McDormand's
that guy.
Oscar.
Bless his heart.
I have never seen someone that so clearly embodied the word dusty before in my life. Like, that motherfucker looked dusty as fuck. Like,
turn
he
out
looked
to be?
so dusty. Okay, I don't know who he is, but there's pictures of him at other after parties, like after the Golden Globes and after the Grammys, hanging out with famous people, and no one knows who the fuck he is and
That's
how he
awesome.
got in. And I saw yesterday, I saw that his quote unquote spiritual advisor put out a statement saying that, like, he stole the Oscar for all of us and that he served his purpose just by getting his hands on it or some shit.
Interesting. Is he facing charges?
Yeah, he's facing charges. I saw a picture of him today in court looking particularly dusty. And somehow his hair had grown 10 inches between Oscar Sunday and today, Thursday.
Just like the Oscar statue he stole, the man was ultimately covered in dust. Frances McDormand has an Oscar for Fargo, right?
She sure does. And you know,
Man, don't give him another one. If they've already got one, I feel like don't give him another one.
you think Meryl Streep doesn't deserve all 3 of her Oscars, all 21 of her nominations?
No, man, that's enough.
That's enough? Okay.
No, I mean, she deserves them, but like, don't give her any more. Like, at this point, it's not doing anything to her career. She's already made it.
Yeah, you're right. And also, I didn't really like 3 Billboards, so
You didn't? I
No.
wanted to watch it, but I never got to it.
it's like weirdly racist, and
Ooh.
yeah, I love Frances McDormand. I love Sam Rockwell. I like Woody Harrelson too. That movie.
I love Woody Harrelson. I like his, like, the way he talks, his accent.
Yeah, his drawl. Yeah.
Yeah. I love the first season of True Detective.
Yeah, it was cool. I don't like Matthew McConaughey.
Yeah.
He looks like he smells. Right?
He looks like leather. Like, he looks like he's been out in the sun too much.
Let's hook him up with Mr. Dusty. And
They could go on an adventure together.
yeah, I'm sure I would watch that movie.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't do another movie with Kate Hudson, I think we're good to go.
Margie's lots of fun. The fellas would like her. That's right, Eileen.
What else? What else did we want to touch on? Oh, can you believe that Kobe Bryant won an Oscar?
So that's the thing that's funny. I wish we would have released the first episode because I talked about Kobe Bryant and the rape case against him.
Mm-hmm. And we talked about him being nominated for an Oscar.
Because I feel like Hollywood has taken such a big stance on women's rights and sexual harassment and all that stuff. Meanwhile, they turn around and nominate Kobe.
Mm-hmm. Who pretty much admitted that his sexual encounter with that woman was non-consensual.
Right, that she didn't provide consent to him.
Yeah. So we turned around and we gave him an Oscar.
On top of all the other successes he's already had.
Yeah.
And I gotta stop because I did send that recording to my brother and I asked him for notes on it, and one of the first things he said was, "Don't bag on Kobe or the Lakers."
He's problematic, though. We have to acknowledge it. We can't just ignore. We can't turn a blind eye.
Yeah, and I've been seeing all this stuff all week about Kobe won, and everybody's all pumped and shit for him, and I'm just like,
yeah.
Did we forget what he did?
Somebody posted all 30 pages, I think it was, of her of the transcript of his accuser when she went to report the incident, and I got through the first couple pages and I couldn't keep going. It's really bad.
That's awful. And you know what I was going to say too is after I did all the research on what she had accused him of, there were allegedly stories from other women who were also ready to start accusing Kobe, but when they saw how the first victim was being treated in the press and by other people and the way she was being slandered and she started getting death threats, they pulled back and they were like, you know what, never mind.
Oh, of course. And I feel like that's why we have to give the benefit of the doubt to women, because there's no reason for them to subject themselves to death threats and all these crazy motherfuckers out here trying to trying to protect Kobe for some reason, like he needs protection.
Yeah, like Kobe fucking would protect you or knows who the fuck you are.
Okay, and then the other thing is, not only did we give Kobe an Oscar, but we gave Gary Oldman the Best Actor Oscar, and he straight up hit his wife in the head with a phone, like an old school 30-pound phone, like a landline.
But that really happened? Like they admitted to it and everything?
Yeah, they admitted to it. It was in their divorce proceedings, and
Oh my god.
it's fucking ugly. And then meanwhile, the other one is Ryan Seacrest out on the red carpet.
I loved all the shade that everybody was throwing at him. They didn't even want to give interviews to him and shit.
Yeah, I love that too. There was only like 12 people that talked to him, and all 12 people were real shady towards him.
Ryan Seacrest has made his fucking money already. Let that fool too.
Yeah.
Bye. Go to Ontario, California, buy a house, and be done with it.
And he has like 38 jobs too. If he didn't do the Oscars red carpet right now, just because, even if it's just for appearances, like just let it breathe a little bit, like he didn't need to
throw
be
someone else on there.
Right. Ugh, it was weird. I didn't like
He's
that.
got a lot of bad looks anyways right now because they were paying Kat Sadler like half of that other guppy that right?
Jason,
Yeah.
is his name Jason?
Whatever the fuck.
Yeah, whatever. Some basic ass white boy.
Oh, we gotta stop. My brother said we say like white people problems too much too. So I wanted to bring up some white people problems that were positive, such as inheritances, trust funds,
The inheritance
good
tax.
credit, knowing when to shut up. I don't know when to shut up. That's like, I feel like all the white people in my office, they know like when they're gonna put their foot in their mouth and they stop themselves and they have like this sort of control because they were brought up correctly. Me, I just put my fucking foot all the way in my mouth.
So, okay, then what's Lena Dunham's excuse?
Oh, Lena Dunham. She Mexican.
Her name is Lena Dunham. Yeah, she has foot and mouth disease.
She does. Poor Lena Dunham. She just got coddled too much, probably. I bet her parents just let her do whatever the fuck and say whatever the fuck.
Oh, yeah. She definitely went to like some sort of artistic preschool that didn't teach them letters or anything because they just let them express their own.
She doesn't know the alphabet. Lena Dunham actually doesn't know the alphabet. She wrote the entire script of Girls in hieroglyphics.
She wrote it in wingdings because it's on her computer.
And then Judd Apatow had to fucking translate it. But he was up for the challenge, guys.
God bless Judd Apatow.
Seriously.
What makes Sarah act the way she does? Is it a cover-up for some lack she feels in herself? Can a friend like Ron help her in any way? Is the group justified in judging everything Sarah does as snobbery? What do you think?
All right.
Get to it.
Do it.
Yeah,
Do you remember that song?
You know I remember that song. We're going to talk about wieners. Anthony and Paul Reubens.
All right. So I've got a fun one since my last one was decidedly not fun. This is the story of 7-term United States Congressman Anthony Weiner.
7 terms?
7 terms, dude.
God.
And okay, to prepare for this story, I rewatched the excellent, by the way, documentary Weiner, which opens with this quote. "The name of a man is a numbing blow from which he never recovers." Marshall McLuhan. And I feel like, yeah, like the unfortunateness, like the misfortune of his name. I think Alanis Morissette would call it ironic.
Oh, yeah.
Don't you think?
You're stupid. But I'm chum.
Why did the dude named Weiner have to be a pervert, right?
Because he's a fucking joke. Through and through.
Come on. It's a little too on the nose. It's a little too on the wiener.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? I even saved this document that I wrote this on as Anthony's Wiener. And that was just to make myself laugh every time I opened it. So honestly, this little pervert never stood a chance. All right. So the first few moments of the documentary feature Weiner saying, "Shit, this is the worst. This is the worst. I'm doing a documentary on my scandal. I don't know. I guess the punchline is true about me. I did the things, but I did a lot of other things too."
Okay.
And then the documentary starts. And the thing about this documentary is that it's weird. It's unusually intimate.
Mm.
Like, you get to see Anthony in the midst of a crisis as he runs for mayor of New York City. And he lets the cameras into his home, and you see one of the strangest, tensest marriages I've ever seen caught on
Oh
film.
man, I haven't watched this, so now I'm like, I gotta go watch it.
You have to see it. Oh my
It's
God.
on Netflix, right?
It's on, right now it's on Hulu.
Okay, cool.
I read that after the documentary came out, Anthony was trying to say that his wife never agreed to be in the film, but I suspect that at that point, they were kind of trying to walk it back because everyone was like, what the fuck were you thinking letting cameras roll during that shit, you know?
Like you guys obviously fucking hate each other.
I feel like they love each other, but they have issues for sure. So
I don't want
on
her to
November-
love him.
You don't, or you do?
I don't. Like, I feel like she's so much better than him.
Yeah. On November 3rd, 1998, Weiner, a Democrat, is elected to Congress as the representative for New York's 9th District, which is in Brooklyn. It was the old seat of Chuck Schumer, the current senator from New York, and his mentor, who he had worked for 6 years. He was super popular. And in the 7 times that he was elected, he never had less than 60% of the vote.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And he was famous for being kind of a badass. Like, that's one of the saddest things about his downfall, because as far as his work in Congress goes, he was killing it.
Really? That's funny because I don't know anything about it since I'm from California. So the only thing I know is like the scandal and all other shit.
Oh, no, dude. We definitely needed more people like him in office back then. Or now, too. Definitely.
That sucks.
Minus the perversion, of course.
Right.
Well, anyway, he wasn't afraid to get in there and fight for what he believed in. He was smart and loud, opinionated, unapologetic, and there was a genuineness about him that was kind of rare for a politician. In 2005, he comes in second in a bid for the Democratic nomination for mayor of New York City.
Wow.
So basically, his career's on fire.
Yeah. We're talking presidential track.
Yeah, exactly. There's buzz about him in political circles, and people are constantly speculating about what heights he could possibly reach professionally. They're saying mayor of New York City, governor of New York, like, who knows? Vice president, who knows, you know?
Yeah.
At the time, the sky was the fucking limit. In May 2009, he became engaged to Huma Abedin, a close aide to then Secretary of State Hillary Clinton. On July 10th, 2010, Anthony and Huma were married, and former President Bill Clinton officiated.
Wow.
Fucking awesome. Okay. So Huma, she's the definition of a bad bitch.
Yeah.
Like, she's fucking incredible. She's smart
I'm
as
a
fuck.
boss ass bitch, 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 bitch.
That's fun fact. Bloop.
Bloop.
That song that song is about Huma.
Shut up.
All right. So she's driven, she's powerful, she's ambitious. She makes herself indispensable to Hillary, not only professionally, but personally as well.
Smart.
At Anthony and Huma's wedding, Hillary says, I have one daughter, but if I had a second daughter, it would be Huma.
Wow. That's
Yeah.
crazy. That's kind of fucked up for
Chelsea?
Yeah. If I was Chelsea, I'd be like,
No.
fuck you, mom.
No, you know that Chelsea's the apple of her eye.
Yeah,
She's
for
just-
sure.
But Huma's definitely second place, though.
Damn, that's pretty powerful.
Yeah. So now Anthony, he's not only killing it professionally, but as fellow Brooklynite Jay-Z would say, he's got the hottest chick in the game wearing his chain.
Dude.
You know?
You gotta feel so powerful at that point. Like there's a good feeling, a power couple feeling. Ooh.
Oh yeah, for sure. And they're both like getting high off of those fumes.
Hell yeah.
Off being a power
They're
couple.
probably macking like crazy at that time.
Oh yeah, definitely. So this dude is straight kicking ass at life. So this would be the part in his behind the music when the narrator would say something like, but little did he know that his ideal life was about to come crashing down. And then they'd show his blurred out dick pic and cut to commercial.
God damn it, man.
On May 27th, 2011, a photograph of a man's crotch, specifically of an erect penis concealed by gray boxer briefs, in case you're curious, is sent from Weiner's Twitter account as an @reply to a 21-year-old woman in Seattle and is then quickly taken down.
So I remember this, and it was, to be honest, a weak pick, right?
I'm not, I'm not mad at it. I enjoy a bulge. Let's not
Yeah,
put this in the
it was
podcast.
a bulge pick, right?
It was a bulge pick. Yeah.
All right.
It was okay. It was whatever.
Hashtag your dick is whatever.
on May 29th, a spokesman says Weiner's accounts were hacked and calls the social media scandal a distraction. Over the next couple of days, Weiner gave a series of interviews in which he denied sending the photo and suggested that someone, perhaps a political opponent, had hacked into his accounts and published the photo.
Wait, first of all, his wife saw that shit right away and was like, "That's you.
That's you."
She
of
knows
course.
your
That's
dick.
I bought you that. I bought you that underwear.
I know. I bought you that dick.
So Weiner also said he could not say with certitude that the photo was not of him because he was kind of proud of it. He suggested that the image might be doctored, saying maybe it did start being a photo of mine and now looks something different. So basically, he's scrambling and making up a million shaggy ass "it wasn't me" lies to cover his ass.
Dusty ass Anthony Weiner.
or should I say cover his dick? On June 6th.
Wait, so this is all a year after he got married?
But yes, this is a year after he got married.
Aww.
2 years after he got engaged.
That's horrible.
On June 6th, Breitbart posted a cropped, shirtless picture of Weiner that was obtained from a second woman on the internet.
Oh my god.
And said that Weiner had sent more pictures of himself, including at least one that was sexually graphic. Later that day, Weiner holds a press conference and tearfully admits to sending the photo and then lying repeatedly to protect himself.
Oh my god.
He also said that he had, quote, engaged in several inappropriate conversations conducted over Twitter, Facebook, email, and occasionally on the phone.
God damn. Dude, can I just say, can we back up a second? Because I fucking love a press conference where they have to talk about a scandal.
Oh yeah, it's painful though.
I fucking record that shit. That's not painful for me.
Oh, but it's one of those train wreck things. I can't look at those.
Yeah,
I don't know.
You can't look away.
Well, actually, this one wasn't too bad to me because it's relatively innocuous. At that time, it was relatively innocuous.
Was she there with him?
No, she wasn't there.
Okay. Would
So,
you do that?
Would I stand next to a man?
Yeah.
Hell no. Are
Me
you
either.
fucking kidding me?
Me either.
I have self-respect. No
Fuck
shame to
you.
Huma. You did what you had to do, Huma. I wasn't there obviously, but whatever.
Yeah.
So he said that he had exchanged messages and photos of an explicit nature with about 6 women over the last 3 years.
Damn.
6, that's 2 women a year though.
Yeah, but he's ugly.
Yeah, he's fugly.
I don't get. I mean, I know like women are attracted to power, but really,
He's kind of funny though. Like he's got game. I get it.
he does. Okay.
Yeah.
You're gonna let him slide into your DMs, man?
Oh, you don't even know. I'll get to when I let him slide to my DMs. Don't worry. He added that he had never met or had a physical relationship with any of them.
Okay.
He said he was deeply ashamed of his terrible judgment and actions, which he called very dumb. However, he refuses to resign.
What?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's a dick pic. Are you gonna resign from your 7-term congressmanship?
If everybody has seen my dick, yeah, maybe.
No, it was covered. Remember, it was in his.
Oh, it was a bulge.
It was a bulge pic.
Oh, that's right. All right.
When Weiner answered questions, he said that he had the continuing support of his wife, Huma, who was pregnant at the time with their first child.
God. Oh no. That's why does that make it extra horrible?
It's because you think that you could put your issues aside for like 1 minute and just like be
supportive.
Be true to your girl, to your wife.
She's growing a fucking baby, dude.
Isn't that weird? Pregnancy is weird.
Oh yeah, pregnancy scares the shit out of me.
There's a parasite that's leeching things off of you, growing inside of your body. I don't like that.
Yeah. Tell us how you really feel, man.
No disrespect to moms out there, but Yeah.
That shit's weird. You funky.
It's weird. You're dusty. Your uterus is dusty. On June 11th, Weiner seeks a temporary leave of absence from Congress while he seeks professional treatment.
For what? Sex addiction?
Yeah, that's the go-to, Avi.
Yeah, for sure.
A spokeswoman says he will focus on becoming a better husband and a healthier person. On June 16th, Weiner says he's resigning from Congress.
Oh my God.
At a news conference in Brooklyn, during which he's interrupted by hecklers, which I'm sure was just like, "Hey, Anthony, I'm walking here. Put your dick away." Or some shit, right?
Right.
Weiner apologizes for the personal mistakes, quote, "I have made and the embarrassment I have caused."
You know what it is, too, is that he's all over the place. He's like, no, it wasn't me, it wasn't me, it wasn't me. And then he's like, okay, yeah, it was me, it was me. But I'm going to stay working here. I'm going to stay working here. But no, never mind. No, I'm not.
Because he's scrambling, you know?
I know, but I don't respect that. Fucking just own up to it. Just be like, yeah, it was me. And I'm going to stay working here. That's it.
You know, honestly, I feel like if he would have done that, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. It would have been over.
Yeah.
He would have been a quickie.
Right at the end. Remember that time Mayor of New York, Anthony Weiner, tweeted his dick bulge?
His bulge.
That was wild.
So in a little over 2 weeks, from May 29th to June 16th, this dude's career is seemingly destroyed. It all happened so quickly, right? 2 weeks?
It was super quick, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was in the news like all the time when it was happening.
Yeah, for sure. It was, that was the song of the summer. That was the cool for the summer of 2012 or whatever the fuck, 2011.
Anthony Weiner's dick pic was produced by Calvin Harris for the summer.
All right. So, but the thing for me is, how humiliating was this for him and for Huma?
Oh yeah.
I would never want to show my face in public again if I were him or her.
Me either.
But then 2 years later, on May 22nd, 2013, Weiner attempts a fucking comeback.
Did he lay low for 2 years? Like, did we not hear much about him?
We didn't hear much about him until shortly before his comeback. Like, he'd put out a People magazine interview saying, like, yeah, that was a hard time in my life, in our married lives, but it's behind us now, and we've grown as a couple, and, you know, things are all good. And look at our baby, because now they've got the baby, you know?
Right.
So this is when the documentary crew starts following him.
Okay.
He runs for mayor of New York City again, asking voters for a second chance. And the crazy thing is, the voters seem like they're willing to give it to him.
Oh, yeah. The public loves male vulnerability and forgiving men.
Oh, sure. Yeah, they definitely do.
We don't like women in vulnerable positions and shit. But
yeah, poor
men, we love it.
Poor Britney. That takes me back to 2007.
Yeah. If Britney can make it through 2007, Anthony can make it through his Weiner scandal.
So he immediately starts leading in the polls. And to be honest, if I were voting at that time, I totally would have forgiven him too. It was a relatively modest dick pic in that it was covered by his underwear.
And like you said, he was really tough, and like he was actually very good at his job, and he had good standards, right?
Exactly. And most importantly, Huma forgave him and was, you know.
Yeah, so she could forgive him.
Right. And people say that they're in the documentary. People like walk by on the street and say, you know, we love you, Anthony. Like, if Huma forgave you, like, of course we're going to, and shit.
Oh, wow.
And, you know, to be honest, his bulge pic was very classy. I'm not mad at it. And I don't think he ever acknowledged who he intended to send it to. It could have been to Huma, but he accidentally sent it to that 21-year-old he was also sexting, which is
true. That's another theory out there in the Twitterverse. We'll never know.
It's almost romantic, no?
Yeah, for sure.
So there's speculation during this time about why he, and most surprisingly, why Huma would want to expose themselves, no pun intended, to the limelight again. Someone said, and I think Anthony also said something to this effect, that all Huma wanted was to get her perfect or seemingly perfect life back. And for Anthony, the only way he could do this for a woman that he loved and who clearly loved him was to get his shit together and try to put his train back on the track that was most likely going on before his dick derailed it, you know? Anyway, on July 22nd, so 2 months later, with Weiner leading in the polls, a gossip site posts sexually explicit messages from a year after he left Congress.
Oh my God.
So they say they were exchanged between Weiner and a woman later identified as Indiana native Sydney Leathers. What's a better name, Stormy Daniels or Sydney Leathers?
Oh, I don't know. Is Sydney Leathers her actual name?
Yeah, that's her actual name.
Because Stormy Daniels, is that her, like,
That's her
movie name?
That's her stage name, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, yeah, then Sydney Leathers by far.
I like Sydney Leathers because
That's a dope name.
it's clearly a hoe's name. Like Stormy Daniels. Stormy Daniels.
It's up there with Anthony Weiner. Like, you were named...
Exactly.
You were born to be a hoe with the name Sydney Leathers.
Stormy.
God damn it. I hate when men do this shit when it's like, you fucking got a second chance. Like, come on.
Right. You got a second chance not only in your personal life, but also in your professional life. He was leading in the polls.
Why can't you just be
Yeah.
more careful? Not more careful, just fucking stop.
Right. Yeah. He can't. There's something wrong with him. But
Yeah, he's too horny.
so I wanted to say that Stormy Daniels is a meteorologist's name. Right. but most meteorologists are hoes, whatever. So Sydney Leathers claims that Weiner used the alias Carlos Danger
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
for their
Fucking
exchanges. Carlos Danger.
I'm gonna call my cousin Carlos this now.
Ew, no, you can't. That's incestuous. So Carlos Danger, of all the people who could possibly have the screen name Carlos Danger, Anthony fucking Weiner isn't one of them. Also, Anthony Weiner already sounds like a made-up name for sexting. And
Yeah, just use that name.
And most Americans don't read or watch the fucking news, so just use your real fucking name. Who cares? No one's
You think fucking Cindy Leathers is gonna know who the fuck Anthony Weiner is?
no one's gonna recognize fucking Anthony Weiner. Or okay, at most, change it to like Tony Weiner. Like,
Yeah, for sure.
Actually, you know what? Never mind. Because if someone named Carlos Danger tried to talk to me online, I'd probably talk to him.
But not Tony Weiner?
Not. Yeah. Okay. I talked to Tony Weiner before Anthony Weiner for sure.
Okay.
So
10-4.
He probably knew what he was doing. He seems like a professional, an expert. So sometime during this circus, a legit naked dick pic is leaked to the media.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Oh.
Are we gonna post this on our Instagram as a teaser for this episode?
Catch it on our Instagram. I'm going to try to link it to Ewan McGregor's daughter's page.
Oh no.
She's 21. She's grown. She'd probably talk
All
to Carlos Danger.
We can't be sending people unsolicited dick pics.
Oh, that's
mate.
true.
That's problematic.
That's true. So the next...
I haven't seen a celebrity dick pic in a minute.
Oh, you want me to show you some? You want me to link you to my Dropbox folder?
Is it named Carlos Dangers? Carlos is danger.
So the next day on July 23rd, at a news conference with his wife, Huma, by his side.
God damn it, Huma. Don't Vanessa Bryan it.
That's what I'm saying. But see, okay, the thing, at least Kobe had the decency to get Vanessa an $8 million apology ring so she could look at it during the press conference and go to her fucking happy place.
broke ass and politics don't make money. Come on.
No, dude. Ugh.
Fuck.
I don't understand why this is like the shamed man's greatest hit. Like, why is it that pieces of shit always have to rope their wives into humiliating themselves at press conferences right along with them?
I don't know, man. I fucking hate that.
Yeah, like you made your own mess. Go fucking lie in your messy ass bed.
They can't. It's the same thing. The same reason the public fucking forgave him, because Huma, he was probably like, "I need you," you know, like all vulnerable and shit, and she fucking fell for it, just like we all fucking fall for it, fucking men.
That actually, you know, they show that in the documentary where he's like, "Please, I need you to come out for this," and he makes her give a statement.
Are you serious?
You really, please, like tonight, go watch this documentary.
Oh, I will.
Because
I will.
when I saw it when it came out, I thought it was good. But now that I was watching it with an eye, like trying to figure this motherfucker out, you know, like it's really fucking good.
All right, I'm gonna watch it.
Okay. So Weiner responded, quote, "I said that other texts and photos were likely to come out, and today they have."
What? When did he say that?
He said that at the end of the previous scandal, like
2 years ago.
Yeah, like he was like, you know, I don't know what's gonna come out, but you know, whatever.
Okay.
So super low key, I've looked at all of the pictures that I'm talking about in this story, obviously for research and nothing more.
Absolutely. Being the professionals that we are.
and Carlos Danger has a surprisingly nice body. I'm just saying, like he's ripped.
Shut up,
he
man.
is.
Not.
He is. I'm gonna send you some pictures later.
I'm gonna look up Carlos Danger right now.
Yeah,
and see
you
what
should.
happens.
And when you see how ripped he is, you're gonna be surprised. So Weiner says he definitely won't drop out of the mayoral race, saying at a news conference.
Why is his face like this in this shirtless picture? It's like he's surprised. Huh? He looks stupid.
He's surprised by his own bulge.
He's just like the rest of us.
So he says at the news conference that this is entirely behind me. And
What? No, it's literally right in front of you.
just like his dick, just like his bulge. So on July 25th, at a news conference in Brooklyn, Weiner admitted that he had sexted with 3 women in the months after his resignation from Congress, and that there had been 6 to 10 women involved in total.
Aww.
On September 10th, Weiner finishes 5th, aka last, in the Democratic mayoral primary with only
DFL.
with only 4.9% of the vote.
Oh my gosh.
And he was,
And you know those people that gave those votes did it as a joke.
or they had voted. You know how you can vote early or whatever.
Oh yeah, so they voted before the fucking dick pic came out.
And it's real sad because in the documentary they show him going to vote for himself and like begging Huma to go with him. And he's like, we have to be seen together, and they're taking the baby, and she's like, I can't go out there. He's being surrounded by media, and she finally puts her foot down and she's like, I'm not going. So he takes the baby.
So, but at this point, they're still married. They're not
No.
divorced or planning a divorce.
No, not divorced, not planning on it. They're together. So he takes the baby to go vote for him. You know, he goes how they always do that photo op. And
Yeah.
and when he comes out, you know, he tells his baby like, we did it, give a thumbs up, and then the baby starts screaming and crying. It's just
Oh.
it's I feel this is sad.
Yeah.
And we thought that was the last we'd hear of Anthony Carlos Danger Weiner, but behind the music voice, but
Ooh.
Anthony Weiner was far from finished. And we cut to commercial.
Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da.
So 3 years later, on August 28th, 2016, the New York Post publishes photos. The newspaper says Weiner sent the previous year to a 40-something divorced woman. One bulging underwear shot shows his and Huma's toddler son cuddling next to him.
No.
Yeah, dude, it's fucked up. Like
What's wrong
he
with
can't
him?
take 5 minutes not to sex some strange woman he's never met and will never meet.
Isn't Snapchat around by this?
Yeah, but he's old. Old people don't know Snapchat. I don't know Snapchat.
Yeah, he tried to DM someone and he fucking publicly tweeted
Yeah.
it. He don't know Snapchat.
He was sext emailing. What is there even a word for that? But anyway,
Do you remember that meme I have of that old guy holding the Zach Morris ass cell phone and he's like, when you fax her a dick pic and you're waiting for her to respond?
dude, I don't trust fax machines. They're the fucking devil. They're magic, dude. Like I can't,
What is it with you and conspiracy theories today? Pregnancies, fax machines.
I can't wrap my mind about like how they work. I understand somewhat the internet and the phone, you know, but a fax machine, that shit is magic. You could draw something and then your friend can get it through the phone, you know? Kiss me through the phone. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah, I remember that, Jim. That was Soulja Boy's second hit.
Oh, that was Soulja Boy?
Hell yeah, that was Soulja Boy.
Shout out to Soulja Boy. So the next day, on August 29th, Uma finally says she's separating from Anthony. On September 21st, the Daily Mail publishes an interview with a 15-year-old girl who says she had sexually explicit online text and video exchanges with Weiner.
No.
Weiner acknowledges communications, but also claims he's the subject of a hoax. We've heard him say this before.
Right. He said it was maybe another political party or person.
Yeah. And then FBI agents soon begin investigating Weiner's communications with the girl, seizing his computer. 1 month later, on October 28th, in a letter to Congress, then FBI Director James Comey says his agency is investigating whether there is classified information in newly discovered emails of former Secretary of State Hillary Clinton, the then Democratic presidential nominee.
Oh my God, May, I forgot about this connection.
Yeah. So the emails containing correspondence between Hillary and Huma were discovered on Anthony's computer seized in the sexting investigation. So
this motherfucking scumbag ruined Hillary Clinton's campaign.
Exactly. So this letter, like now in hindsight, all the historians and stuff are saying that this perhaps is literally the deciding factor that swung the election away from Hillary and led to her loss on election night. Because you have to remember that this was October 28th. So it was like...
Yeah, we're right around the corner.
It was a week or so before the election.
And that's when they reopened it.
Yeah,
that's right.
Exactly. So
I remember.
Fucking Anthony Weiner's dick has inserted itself into another historical moment like it's motherfucking Forrest Gump. I hate this motherfucker.
What's up with him now?
I'm getting to it.
Oh, my bad.
On November 6th, 2 days before the presidential election, Comey tells Congress a review of the newly discovered emails hasn't changed the FBI's view that Clinton should not face charges over handling
fuck Comey.
Over her handling of classified information. Yeah, fuck Comey. On May 19th, 2017, Weiner pleads...
We should have named this podcast "Fuck You" and everyone else.
Remember, I wanted to name it "Look at This Asshole."
Oh yeah, that would have been a good one.
So on May 19th, 2017, Weiner pleads guilty to criminal charges in connection with his online communications with a 15-year-old girl. Huma report.
So he knew that she was.
Yeah,
15?
he did. I've read some of their correspondence a while ago, like a year ago, and I mean, it's certainly suggestive,
but it's not too explicit.
It's not too explicit. What I read, I'm maybe there's more, but you know. It was very inappropriate. I'll say that. Huma reportedly filed for divorce shortly before he entered his guilty plea. On September 25th, a federal judge sentences Weiner to 21 months in prison and orders him to report to prison in November. So he's been in prison since November. And on January...
Oh my God, May I didn't
know January
that.
10th of this year, it was reported that Huma withdrew her petition for divorce after the couple released a joint statement basically saying it was for the good of their now 6-year-old child.
Wait, what? So they're not going to get divorced for their kid?
They're not going to get divorced for their kid. But I will say that some are sort of speculating that it has more to do with making sure that Anthony can't be obligated to testify against Huma.
Testify against her, the marital
in case
exception.
Things get politically heated for her and someone, you know who, wants to start investigating Hillary's fucking emails again.
Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I feel bad for Huma.
I really do.
Actually.
Like she's incredible. Like I said before, and it's just I don't understand. Like with Madonna, like what is she doing with this dude?
Know. They almost had it all. Imagine if he could have kept his wang in his pants.
For sure. He could have been.
They would have been president, maybe.
And you know, like the whole time I was watching the documentary, and really like the whole time since the first time I heard about his scandal, I've always thought like, what's wrong with him, right? And there's an interesting Vanity Fair article where they get a bunch of psychologists to speculate on what the fuck is wrong with him. Now that I think about it, it might even be called "What the Fuck is Wrong with Anthony Weiner."
Did we write that?
No. Yeah, and they just kind of say, sure, it's sex addiction, sure, it's impulse control, but they go into a lot of speculation about what might be wrong with him. He does say that it's kind of like having a pen pal. He also said he felt disconnected to the people that he was chatting with, so that it was similar to playing a video game. So like, you know, fucking
what? Just play a fucking video game.
There's so I played so many games where you get to have sex with women in them. Like, you know, that seems better than dick pic, bulge pics.
Yeah. Stop sending pics. At one point, like, why wouldn't he at least stop sending pics? You already know that this shit isn't working out for you, dude.
He can't help himself.
I don't believe that. I don't like that fucking weak ass man. You can fucking help yourself. You just dumb.
I think he's got some sort of disease, some sort of bulge disease. By the way, some of the transcripts from his sex are online, and let me tell you, they're worth a read. I touched my pearls a little bit.
You ain't got no pearls, man. Shut up.
I got a pearl G-string. I clutched my pearl G-string.
With your ass cheeks. You clutch your ass cheeks real fast. Ouch.
Ouch, Charlie. Ouch, Carlos.
Shut up.
And that's the story of Anthony Weiner.
Well, the party is off to a good start. Guests are on time. Everyone's out to have fun and to help others fun.
We have a double feature tonight on the Weiner stories because mine is Pee-wee touching
Yes, I'm excited for this.
Yes, queen.
Did you?
Yes.
Did you watch Pee-wee when you were a kid?
Yeah, I did a little bit, and I watched his movie this week. So my story is about Pee-wee, also known as Paul Reubens, like the sandwich,
like the Renaissance painter. For our classy listeners out there, all one of you. Go on.
Okay, so Paul Reubens was born in New York in 1952, but grew up in Florida.
Oh, wow.
He is a comedian who started out as a part of the legendary improv comedy team in LA named The Groundlings.
Cool. Who else is a groundling? Lisa Kudrow?
Melissa McCarthy, Phil Hartman. Yup. God, so many people, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so here, like I just said, he met fellow comedian Phil Hartman, R.I.P.
Yeah.
And they were close friends.
Aww.
And I read that Phil helped Paul Reubens create his most famous character, Pee-wee Herman.
You're pronouncing it Herman?
Yeah, Pee-wee Herman.
Okay,
so Pee-wee Herman is supposed to be a typical guy that you'd see at a comedy club who would never ever make it as a real comic. He has a signature gray plaid suit, white button-up shirt, red bow tie, and white shoes. Hashtag iconic. Hashtag outfit of the day.
That's a good look. I would rock that. No, you know who would rock that? Ellen. Ellen would rock the.
Oh yeah,
the Pee-wee Herman.
Pee-wee Herman look. Yeah. So I didn't know about Pee-wee, but he was supposed to be like a failed comic. I only really knew him in the later years when he was revamped for kids.
Yeah.
But anyways, that's why he does that laugh, which
I thought you were gonna do it.
I'm trying. I'm like trying to pump myself up to try, but it's so bad the times that I've tried.
Okay. That's it.
We're never gonna be sued for copyright infringement because I'm just such a fucking horrible impersonator.
You sound like French Montana. You sound like you were saying hi.
French Montana is Pee-wee Herman's cousin.
You sound like who's that? You sound like Woody Woodpecker. Is he the one who's like?
I do sound like that.
Woody. Fun fact. Woody Woodpecker is French Montana's real name.
I thought his real name was Carlos Danger. Okay, so I don't know. Anyway, so he does that laugh because he's like technically supposed to be like laughing at his own jokes. And then his signature, I know you are, but what am I, is supposed to be like a failed burn to respond to hecklers.
Oh, okay. This is basically me as a stand-up comic. Like, this is what I would be doing.
Yeah, like if anybody started emailing us shit, I'd be like, fuck you.
Oh, yeah. Hell yeah. Let's put them on notice. If anyone starts emailing us some shit, some constructive criticism or otherwise, we're just going to be like, I know you are.
I know you are, but what am I? Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Oh, God. Okay, so the Pee-wee character is childlike, effeminate, cheerful, and quirky. He's a total weirdo that you could fall in love with platonically. And people have compared him to Pinocchio.
Yes, he is. Oh my God. When my parents came here before they were legally allowed to work, the only thing that we could afford was like to go to the library and check out videos. You know, we couldn't go to like Blockbuster or whatever the fuck, or the movies or whatever was going on back then. So my mom would take me every week to the library to get a movie or a video, and we would always get Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theater. And my favorite episode was Pee Wee Herman was Paul Reubens as Pinocchio.
Aw.
Yeah.
May, that was a really sweet story.
It's so good. Oh my god, like
I like you better when you talk about dick pics.
if you've never seen Shelley Duvall's Fairy Tale Theater, there's some really good episodes. There's Robin Williams as like the frog prince. There's Liza Minnelli as the princess and the pea. Like, it's real good. Throwback. But go on.
Okay, so that's a good tip. Okay, so around this time, Paul Reubens failed an audition for SNL, causing him to create a Pee Wee Herman show. And just a bloop, fun fact, Gilbert Gottfried got the part on SNL.
Oh no!
And he is the actual parrot in Aladdin.
I would have rather seen Paul Reubens on SNL than Gilbert Gottfried, TBH.
Me too.
Right?
Yeah, me too.
Actually, maybe not, because then we wouldn't have gotten Pee Wee. Or maybe we would have gotten him, but in sketches.
Right, it would have been like an SNL thing.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, so the original Pee Wee Herman show ran for 5 months at the Roxy Theater in LA, and it was sold out.
Yeah.
HBO ended up picking up a special about it, and Phil Hartman co-wrote the special with Paul Reubens.
Whoa.
I know, isn't that so nice?
That's
and also, hey, if you get an HBO special, you pretty much made it, right?
Yeah, you made it.
Yeah, like those, that podcast, Two Dope Queens or whatever.
Let's not talk about them. Let's start a feud with them, like Jimmy Kimmel and Matt Damon.
I know.
We're Jimmy Kimmel.
Like a funny feud?
Yeah, we're Jimmy Kimmel and they're Matt Damon.
I was telling Joel, do you think that Quentin Tarantino will get mad that we're trying to use that little clip at the end of the podcast? And he was like, I hope Quentin Tarantino gets mad at you guys, because then imagine how many people will find out about your podcast.
And also, if Quentin Tarantino got mad at us, we'll just show him our feet. Like, that's
yeah, true.
Done.
Okay, so he got an HBO special and he became a cult figure in the 1980s. Paul was very committed to this act. He was never seen out of character during this time, as he wanted people to think that Pee Wee was a real person. He did all interviews and appearances as Pee Wee Herman. Pee Wee even has a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, and Paul Reubens doesn't.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Damn. That's not... Did you know they have to pay to get that?
Who?
The person who gets the star has to pay to receive it. So they have to pay... They have to fork over $16,000 or something.
What?
Yeah, so ever since I found out about that, like, I'm not that impressed by stars on the Walk of Fame.
No, that's stupid. I'm not impressed by that part of Hollywood anyways. I want to, like, avoid it at all costs.
Yeah, that's where that dusty man lives, definitely. In like 3 times a year, he just saves up enough money to get a tuxedo and, like, crash parties.
I'm not mad at it. Shit. Okay, so Pee Wee was a late night regular, and he went on tour as Pee Wee also.
Mm-hmm.
So in 1985, this character got its own feature film, Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and Paul Reubens commissioned an unknown, very small director who was going to make his film debut, and that person was Tim Burton.
Tim Burton! Oh my god!
Yes!
Yeah.
And it's so funny because if you watch it, it's totally a Tim Burton film.
Yeah, of course it is.
Yeah, and it was a gigantic success.
Right. Oh, dude, this movie was so good. Do you remember when he's dancing on the bar? Oh, yeah, you do remember.
Yes, that's the best fucking part.
Yeah, that's the best part.
And I read that he had done that while he was on tour throughout the U.S., and that part of his show always got, like, so many laughs and screams and stuff, so he decided to put it in the movie.
I like that part because that's basically how I dance.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, that's, like, the extent of my ability to dance. I can do the Pee Wee Herman dance, and I can do the shoulder bounce from the Honey video. That's it.
Oh, right. Me too. Oh, I definitely have the dancing abilities of Mariah Carey.
I have the drinking abilities of Mariah Carey.
Oh, yeah, that also. Okay, so the film was a huge success, and it instantly became a cult classic. And like I said, I was in a Pee Wee Herman internet hole this week, so I just went full blown and I watched the movie.
Cool.
I went full Weiner.
Cool.
And I watched the movie. So that was 1985. So then in 1986, he kind of revamped Pee Wee to be child friendly, and he got a Saturday morning show.
That
Pee Wee's Playhouse.
That's so smart, dude. Like,
yeah, because he was already childlike anyways.
Right. And you're making all this money, like, with this character, and you know that eventually it's gonna run its course, but you know who never gets tired of a character? Kids.
Fucking kids.
You know?
Yeah, my coworker was like, "Have you ever seen the movie Mona?" And I was like, "No, I haven't." And he was like, "Well, I've seen it about 300 times." Because he has like very young daughters and shit.
Oh.
No, yeah, kids, they'll watch the same shit forever.
Yeah.
So you got a Saturday morning show, and it's kind of like a variety show.
Mhm.
And it was co-written by his homeboy, Phil Hartman.
Aw, that's tight. Did he play a role on the show?
I don't know, probably. They had guest stars all the time.
They had Lawrence Fishburne.
So it was, Oprah and Cher.
Whoa.
It was so a super cute show full of animals, inventions, robots, and puppets. The show won a total of 15 Emmy Awards.
Wow.
Yeah, and it was nominated like close to 30.
Do you remember they would have every episode they would have a secret word? They'd be like,
yeah.
They'd be like, the secret word is orangutan, and then someone would say it, and like,
oh, you sound like him, man.
and everyone would go crazy. We should have had a secret word from this episode.
The secret word is ha.
The secret word for this episode is Weiner, definitely, or
No,
bulge.
that ain't a secret. Okay, so the show was also considered very progressive, as Pee-wee's friends were diverse racially and culturally.
Aww.
And in a very famous Rolling Stone interview, by the way, do you remember Rolling Stone being a big deal?
Oh yeah, for sure, dude.
Like being on the cover of Rolling Stone was a big ass deal.
It was the biggest. It was the pinnacle, and you don't have to pay.
That was the Instagram of our day.
And you didn't have to pay $16,000 to get that shit.
Yeah. It was just. Remember Jennifer Aniston's Rolling Stone cover?
Where she's like naked with just
and you
a
see her
sheet?
bum? Yeah.
Dude.
Iconic.
Remember Britney Spears and the Teletubby?
Yes, and she's holding like a cord phone to her ear.
Yeah, it's so cute.
Yeah, okay, so in a Rolling Stone interview in 1987, Paul Reubens said, "I'm just trying to illustrate that it's okay to be different. Not that it's good, not that it's bad, but that it's all right. I'm trying to tell kids to have a good time and to encourage them to be creative and to question things." So he was really huge. He became sort of like a new wave, morally positive, almost like Mr. Rogers type of character.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
But,
he was totally going down that
But
path.
it's better than Mr. Rogers because there's a little like subversion to it, you know? Like it's almost not for kids, you know?
Yeah. Because there's something dark about it. But I think that might just be because that first film was directed by Tim Burton.
Well, I think that the darkness in that he's a grown-ass man acting like a child.
Yeah,
you know?
acting like a baby, yeah. So I read also that he wouldn't even endorse junk food. And he tried to make a sugar-free cereal with Kellogg's.
Oh, he's tight.
Yeah, so your boy Pee-wee was a organic vegan.
Gluten-free.
Yeah, gluten-free GFOV. So this all transitioned him from like a late night special guest and a comedy club regular to this super kid-friendly show star.
Mm-hmm.
And he was already super famous before he got Pee-wee's Playhouse, but it pushed him into like a broader family-friendly audience and cemented his star status.
Okay.
Unfortunately, it might not have been the best direction to take the character in.
Wait.
Why?
Why?
That's my own opinion. I didn't get that from anything,
Okay.
obviously. Okay, so the show ran through November 10th, 1990, after 5 seasons. Reubens said he was burnt out from always being Pee-wee, obviously. And he had other characters that he wanted to try.
Okay.
So he was really like balls deep into Pee-wee, and he kind of had put his other stuff on hold.
Sure.
Okay. So that was November 10th, 1990. So about 8 months after Pee-wee's Playhouse had ended on Friday, July 26th, 1991, Paul Reubens was visiting his parents in Sarasota, Florida, when he decided to treat himself to a film at the XXX5 Trail
Treat
Cinema.
yourself.
Treat yourself. The police had been doing sting operations at this theater, so they would go and hang out and catch men masturbating and then arrest them on public indecency
Oh my
charges.
God. Who gets this assignment? Is it like your first day on the job? Are they undercover? Or would it just be not that unusual to see someone dressed like the cop from the Village People sitting in the back of the theater, you know?
Yeah. They were undercover. But also, it might not have been weird to see a police officer there. Who knows? So that night, detectives saw Paul Reubens masturbate at 8:25 p.m. and again at 8:35 p.m. And then he confronted and arrested Paul as he was preparing to leave the theater.
8:25 and then again at 8:35. Our boy Paul Reubens has a quick refractory period, a short refractory period.
Motherfucker was hyper. I know you are, but what am I? Paul Reubens famously advised the detectives that he was, in fact, Pee Wee Herman, and he offered to do a children's benefit for the sheriff's office if the charges could be dropped.
Please tell me that at least his dick was put away while he was making this offer, because
he did. He was already leaving. He was like getting ready to go. So now, this is one of the most infamous celebrity mugshots of all time. And it's really fucking shocking because you have to remember that he was never seen not as Pee Wee Herman. He was always Pee Wee Herman. So when you compare it to the character of Pee Wee Herman, it's fucking insane.
Isn't his hair all long and stuff?
He has super long hair and he has like a goatee and he has just like a regular t-shirt on. I mean, it's just shocking. Like nobody's seen him in a regular t-shirt, you know?
That's funny. I'm going to pull it up.
Yeah. So I think that's part of the reason why the public really freaked out about this was because no one knew who the fuck Paul Reubens was. People only knew Pee Wee Herman. They thought of him as a real person and that's what he fucking wanted. So it's fucking traumatic to then see this kids show host who's all cute and cheerful and shit looking like a murderous haired roadie for Rob Zombie.
I think he looks, give him more credit than that. He looks like he could be a roadie for like Metallica.
Yeah, so we got a huge kids show host getting caught touching his wee-wee. It's not a good look. So at this time, Pee-wee's Playhouse had already ended, but it was in syndication. So they were still paying like reruns. But once the news dropped, CBS stopped showing it completely. So people, like the public thought, oh, Pee-wee's Playhouse got canceled.
Yeah.
Because the public is dumb. Anyway, so then Toys R Us also pulled all Pee-wee toys from stores. And he became a huge joke on late night and probably like the comedy club scene. And his career pretty much appeared to be over. So Reubens pled no contest to the criminal charges and he was ordered to provide community service hours. He did have like support from celebrities. And in particular, there was this one that I saw quoted all the fucking time, which was Bill Hide Your Daughters Cosby. Who backed him up, and he said, whatever he did is being blown out of proportion. Oh my
God, of course.
Yeah, right? Which is funny, because at the time, it was probably like a big-ass deal to have Bill Cosby on your side, but now that we know all about Uncle Bill, it's not so great.
That's, wow. Not that I feel, okay, personally, I feel like what Paul Reubens did, it's, I don't know, is that what that's what those theaters are for? Like, I don't know.
That's what somebody told me, and I was just like, wow. Okay, so this is 1990, right? So presumably, what's up with the internet at this time? Does it exist?
Let's see. Al Gore was busy, so he didn't invent the internet yet.
All right, so there was no internet, and remember, he was in Florida visiting his mom and dad.
Yeah. So even if there was an internet, his mom and dad definitely didn't have internet.
Right. So then. But I also feel like you're creative, right? Like you're a creative dude. Can't you just like shut your eyes and make it happen for yourself?
Especially because I'm pretty sure that there are several episodes of Pee-wee's Playhouse where he's like, just close your eyes and imagine.
No, man, no. But that's the problem. So that's why I said I think it's unfortunate that he transitioned himself to be so kid friendly. Because do you think maybe that if he wouldn't have done that, and he wouldn't be so kid-centered, maybe it wouldn't be that big of a scandal?
Yeah, you're right, because he would have had, let's say he was still doing his show and it would have been like an HBO show for adults, then it just would have been like a little like, you know, a little scandal that would have blown over, and that would have been the end of it.
And comedians, they push boundaries all the fucking time on their jokes. But like, we're not, you know, if someone told me Daniel Tosh got caught jacking off in Florida, I wouldn't be fucking shocked.
I would not be shocked at all. If someone told me that Dane Cook was jacking off in Florida, I'd be like, when is Dane Cook not jacking off in Florida?
Dude, Dane Cook is dating like a 15-year-old girl.
Oh God, Anthony Weiner.
Yeah. No, I know, dude. That's for another time, but anyways. The older fans also were forgiving. Like, his older fans kind of, like, held, like, a rally for him. And he presented at the MTV Movie Award, like, some months later. And he received a standing ovation.
What year was this? Because
1990.
this is one of those things where I can't remember if if I'm remembering it live or if I'm just remembering the video of it, you know? But I remember
Right.
seeing him come out on stage and getting a standing ovation. And
Like from the side, he comes out from the side of the stage behind like a prop.
yeah. And then he says, doesn't he say, heard any good jokes lately?
Yes, May. Okay, so after that, he kind of, just put it to rest. After showing up at the MTV thing, he didn't give any interviews or anything. He went into seclusion, took himself out of the spotlight for years, didn't make any public appearances as himself or as Pee-wee Herman. He took time to write, and he started doing some voiceover jobs and collecting things.
That's ominous. What kind of things?
Oh, well, we'll get to that.
Okay.
So he slowly worked his way back into acting, not as Pee-wee, but as himself. So maybe actually it helped him transition out of Pee-wee, you know?
Okay.
Oh, fun fact.
Silver lining.
Paul Reubens dated actress Debbie Mazar in 1993.
Whoa.
I know, I love her.
I like her a lot.
Hell yeah, she's Italian, babe. Do you follow her on Instagram?
No, I don't. Should I?
Oh, yeah, she's fucking fantastic.
Okay, dope.
Everybody at Debbie Mazar, she's badass. And he credits her with helping end his depression at this time.
Oh, nice.
I know. So in 1999, he started making his first interviews as himself to promote the movie Mystery Men.
Mm-hmm.
Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, Ben Stiller, Janine Garofalo?
Yes.
Yeah, okay.
And then his performance as a flamboyant hairdresser in the movie Blow in 2001 was praised.
Mm-hmm. I remember. That's his comeback for me.
Hell yeah, me too. That movie's fucking amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so then in 2002, the police were investigating Jeffrey Jones, who is an actor known for his role as the principal in Ferris Bueller.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I did.
For possession of child pornography and soliciting a 14-year-old for nude photographs.
Yeah. Pee-wee's connected to this?
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Yep. So through this Jones investigation, they found that Paul Reubens had several hundreds of items of kitsch memorabilia. Remember, he took time off and started collecting things?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Well, kitsch memorabilia.
Mm-hmm.
He ended up getting charged with possession of obscene material improperly depicting a child under the age of 16.
Mm-hmm.
But then the DA said there were no grounds to bring any real felony charges against him.
Mm.
So, yeah, not a good look because he was kind of like making a comeback.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Reubens ended up pleading not guilty and stated that he simply collected erotica, including vintage erotica. It included, I guess, teen nudes, but he had so much stuff that he purchased in bulk that his vintage magazine dealers said there's absolutely no way that he could ever know what was on every single page of every magazine.
Right.
Also, I didn't know they even fucking sold erotica in bulk.
Like at Costco?
Is that a Costco section I didn't know about next to the 4-gallon packs of milk?
Actually, if you have, what is the card above the black card at Costco?
The business card?
Yeah, you get the business card and you get the bulk erotica.
It's behind like a sheet, like in the old school video rental spots, and it's like adults only.
Oh, man. Oh, do you
also don't you think that the kind of guy that buys erotica in bulk is also the kind of guy that would fucking wank himself in a XXX theater?
100%. Yeah, of course.
Absolutely, yeah.
But do you buy it? Do you buy it that he's just a collector and whatever?
I don't know, dude. He's fucking weird. That's the thing. Like, you can't be this like sexually uncontrolled or like you can't be this into sex and also like be into working with kids.
Well, we got to find out what happened with. Does Mr. Rogers have any like sexual?
No, don't do that, mate. Don't do that to me.
Does he have
I think
sexual
Mr.
quirks?
Rogers is like the perfect man.
Oh yeah, he's got nice sweaters, dude.
Yeah, no, he just seems so sweet. Have you ever seen the video of him testifying in front of Congress when they wanted to cut funding for PBS?
Yeah, it's adorable.
It's really, really nice.
Have you ever seen the video of him like trying to put together something on his show? He's trying to build like a table or something, and he's like, "Fuck this!" And then he starts.
Oh no!
And then the whole crew starts laughing because it's so out of character.
Yeah, that's funny.
Yeah.
Okay, so it actually ended up being pretty chill for him. He pled guilty to a really small charge, and he was required to register his address or some shit.
Oh, that sucks.
Unfortunately, around this time, his dad became ill, and he ended up moving back to Florida for 2 years to take care of his dad, who ended up passing in 2004.
Oh, R.I.P.
Yeah, R.I.P.
R.I.P.
Pee-wee Herman Sr.
R.I.P. Mr. Wee. No, Mr. Herman.
Okay, so now Paul Reubens has pretty much moved on. He starred in Reno 911 as guest, and he starred in music videos for the Raconteurs. He's appeared on SNL, Funny or Die, and he starred in a very awesome episode of 30 Rock episode as an inbred Austrian prince.
Oh, yeah. Jenna Maroney's trying to date him, right?
Yes, that's one of my favorite episodes.
Yeah, that's a good one. I forgot about that.
He also has kept up his voice dubbing work, and on March 18th, 2016, Netflix released a new Pee-wee film, Pee-wee's Big Holiday, produced by Judd Apatow and Paul Reubens.
I saw that with Joe Manganiello.
He's in it?
Yeah, he's the main character besides Pee-wee.
At first, I thought you meant you saw the movie with Joe, like Joe Manganiello was with you, and I was like shocked and appalled.
No, dude, you like him, right?
Yeah, he's sexy.
Yeah, he plays Pee-wee's best friend.
Okay. Yeah, well, it has 80% on Rotten Tomatoes. Did you like it?
It was okay. I'm not gonna watch it again, but you know.
All right. Well, everybody else, go ahead and Netflix and chill with your boy Pee-wee because he fucking needs it.
Please, unless you're underage, please don't Netflix and chill with Pee-wee because he can't handle.
He's gonna have to register his address.
We're gonna have to have another episode of this podcast dedicated to him if you Netflix and chill with Pee-wee.
It's just gonna be a quickie next time though because we already.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so that's Pee-wee Herman.
What do you like him? Like, is he a redeeming character for you? Do you feel bad for him? Do you like him? What?
I feel bad for him, and I do like him actually, and I feel like he has a lot of cred in the comedic world.
Yeah, he does.
Like comedians love him. I watched this interview by Jimmy Fallon of him, and Jimmy was like fangirly all over him. But to be honest, Jimmy Fallon kind of fangirls all over everyone.
Yeah, he's extra. It's fake. Like, it's too fake. I don't like it.
Really?
Yeah, he does.
I was actually thinking, like, who could be a kids show host where maybe they wouldn't be full of scandals, and Jimmy Fallon came to mind.
Oh no, Jimmy Fallon is a raging alcoholic.
What?
Yeah. Remember when he fucked up his hand recently?
Yes.
Yeah, that's because he was like blackout drunk and fell in his house. Things are really fucked up for him right now.
How the fuck do you know this?
I follow this website called Crazy Days and Nights that has all the inside info.
Shut up, May. I don't believe you.
No, I'm telling you, dude, it's gonna come out one day. And the story.
Why am I scared right now? Like, I just got the chills. Like, oh.
Jimmy Fallon looks like a Simpsons character come to life.
He does look like a Simpsons character.
Yeah, but apparently his alcohol use has been escalating. So I feel like we're gonna hear something about him very soon.
No, May, don't say that.
We're gonna have a Jimmy Fallon episode very soon.
I can't fucking wait to talk about his feature film Taxi with Queen Latifah.
Or his what was the one with Drew Barrymore?
Oh, I love that one, but I don't remember the name. Guess I didn't love it.
The baseball one?
Fever Pitch.
Fever Pitch. There you go.
Part of a good party is knowing when to go home, soon after refreshments have been served.
All right, so how about a quickie?
All right, I love quickies.
All right, I wanted to bring up one of my favorite scandals of all time. It doesn't have a whole lot of backstory, so that's why it's a quickie. I think it was the early 2000s. Do you remember when Sharon Stone and her husband were on a tour at the Los Angeles Zoo looking at Komodo dragons? and the Komodo dragon bit Sharon Stone's husband's toe off.
I have so many questions. Was he in fucking flip flops? Like,
apparently he was wearing white sneakers, like Pee-wee. Synergy, baby. He was wearing white sneakers, and they made him take the sneakers off so that the Komodo dragon wouldn't think they were like eggs or something.
What? And then he bit his ass anyway.
He bit his toe off.
How dumb did that guy feel? Hey, we're gonna need you to take off your sneakers because otherwise you might get bit by the Komodo dragon. Oh god!
And like a Komodo dragon, they're basically like alligators. They're fucking huge. They're
I think they're dinosaurs.
They are dinosaurs. They're hundreds of pounds, and they've got. I think they might even have. Clearly, we are zoologists, but They have they have several rows of teeth like shark.
What? Okay, so they're crocodiles, dinosaurs, and sharks. Fuck this animal.
And I think the one that bit him was like 7 feet tall. Or not
What? Tall?
not tall. Long, 7 feet long or something.
Oh god. So he doesn't have a toe?
They were able to reattach it later.
Oh, thank
There
God.
was a little bit of drama because they had like differing stories. The zoo had a different story of what happened to him versus like what he
The
said.
LA Zoo is cheap, isn't it? Like $10 to go there.
It's like $40.
Were they there with their kids, or he was just solo?
Sharon got him the backstage tour as a Father's Day present. And so the zoo was saying Sharon Stone's husband told a great tale. He was like, yeah, he clamped onto my foot and I was able to grab hold of his top and bottom snout and pulled the snout apart and released my foot.
Fuck you, bro. You weren't even quick enough to move your foot away from this thing. But you're gonna fucking
And the
crocodile hunter the shit
but
open.
the zoo says that they were like, actually, the zoo was like, hashtag actually, you were
That's so petty.
they
I
were
love
screaming and being hysterical. And Sharon was screaming and being hysterical on the phone, like telling people like, oh my God, Jeffrey or whatever his name is being eaten by a Komodo dragon.
Instead of trying to help him, she like called TMZ.
Well, she was outside of the cage and he was inside of the cage.
Oh, okay.
And so the zookeeper said that he was hitting the dragon and like telling him to let go, and like finally he did.
That's amazing.
That's I feel like
That's a quickie?
let's quit the podcast now because that's my favorite scandal.
Yeah, that's the best. That's the funniest shit I ever heard.
Yeah, so definitely don't go in a Komodo dragon cage with your shoes off.
Yeah, and don't go to a XXX theater in Sarasota, Florida.
And don't be Anthony Weiner.
Quickly, though, before we leave, we just want to remind you to catch us on Twitter and Instagram at Drama Club Pod, as well as our Gmail, dramaclubpod@gmail.com. If you have any suggestions or you just want to talk shit, I'm ready to talk shit back to you.
I know you are, but what am I?
Thanks.
Bye.
Bye.
However, whatever with your helmet.